Hello and good morning Friday to you, boys and girls. It is Miss Olvera. I am back we are in week 4, day 5 of our daily read out louds. So today I am reading the last chapter to Mr. Will Needs to Chill. And so we have been seeing many ills, Mr. Hill, Mr. Will, and we saw one or two others. But whatever happened to Mr. Will? Let's see if we can find out. So we are in chapter 9. It's called The Big Surprise Ending. I wonder what that is. Are you ready? I am. Okay, here we go. We got free ice cream every day. Chocolate marshmallow, vanilla fudge ripple, cookies and cream, you name it. It was the greatest week of my life. You would think that everybody would have been happy. But when we were eating lunch in the vomitorium on Friday, Andrea, she had on her worried face. "What's the matter?" I asked her. "Did they cancel your clog dancing class after school today?" Clog dancing is a dance that plumbers do. Andrea takes classes in everything after school so she could show off how good she is. And here's a picture. If they gave classes in toenail clipping, she would take that class so she can get better at it. "I just don't get it," Andrea said. "I don't understand why Mr. Klutz is giving away money so we can buy ice cream. Grown-ups don't just hand out dollar bills to kids. It's not normal." "I was wondering that myself," said Ryan. "And why is there a different guy driving the ding-dong truck every day?" "Yeah. And why are all the ding-dong guys so weird?" asked Michael. "Maybe they went crazy listening to the ding-dong jingle all day," said Neil. "It does have that effect on grown-ups, you know." That's it. I couldn't take it anymore. I stood up. "What is wrong with you people?" I shouted at them. "I can't believe you're complaining. We're getting free ice cream every day, first thing in the morning. I enjoy it." "Well, I do enjoy it, Arlo," said Andrea, but I'm suspicious. I think these ding-dong guys have some kind of a racket going on." "Huh? What does tennis have anything to do with anything?" "You guys are nuts," I told them. "As long as I get my free ice cream every day, I'm happy." We all went back to eating our lunch. Nobody said anything for a while. "But let me ask you this, Arlo," Andrea finally said. "What do you think happened to Mr. Will? The first ding-dong man. He hasn't been here all week." Good question. What did happen to Mr. Will?" "Yeah," said Neil. "It's like he vanished off the face of the earth." Maybe Mr. Will moved away. Or maybe he got a new ding-dong route. So he goes somewhere else, maybe? Maybe he got fired, said Neil. Maybe he got kidnapped, Ryan said. Yeah, I said. Maybe all those ding-dong guys are fake ding-dong guys who wanted jobs with the ding-dong company. So they kidnapped Mr. Will, they locked him in a ding-dong truck and pushed the truck over a cliff. That stuff happens all the time, you know. "Stop trying to scare Emily," said Andrea. "I'm scared," said Emily. Maybe Mr. Will is... I waited until everybody was looking at me before I finished the sentence. "Dead." "We've got to do something," Emily said. And then she went running out to the room. "Sheesh, get a grip. That girl will fall for anything." But for once in her life, Emily was right. We did have to do something. We had to find out what was going on. And after lunch, instead of playing outside during recess, we decided to go to Mr. Klutz's office. And if anybody knew what was going on, it would be Mr. Klutz. So then we walked down the hall to his office, and when we got there, Mr. Klutz was sitting at his desk. He was eating an ice cream sandwich. "Hey, guys," he said when he saw us. "Have you been enjoying your ding-dong ice cream?" "Yes," Andrea said, "but we're worried about something." "Well, what is it?" asked Mr. Klutz. "Did the ding-dong truck run out of the octopus push-up pops again?" "No," said Andrea. "We want to know why there's a different ding-dong guy every day. And why are you giving away money to buy ice cream? What's really going on here?" Mr. Klutz didn't say anything for a while. It was like he was trying to decide how to respond. "Okay, I admit it," Mr. Klutz finally said. "Mr. Bill and Mr. Hill and Mr. Mill are not real ding-dong guys." "I knew it!" Andrea shouted. When I was at principal camp last week," Mr. Klutz told us, "I found out that kids can learn a lot when they're not in the classroom. You can learn everywhere. So I hired teachers to work in the ding-dong truck and to pretend to be ding-dong guys. I thought it would help you learn math, history, science, and other subjects." "It did help us," I told him. "I learned lots of new stuff. Did you know that during the Roman Empire, Marco Polo came home and brought ice cream for George Washington's birthday party?" "I'm not sure that's true, AJ," said Mr. Klutz. "Wait a minute," said Andrea. "Bringing in fake ding-dong guys is sort of like lying to us, isn't it?" "Lying isn't nice," Andrea told him. "We're not supposed to tell lies." "You're right, Andrea," said Mr. Klutz. "But I was trying to help you kids learn." "And you did. You got lots of ice cream, too. So everybody comes out a winner, right?" "Well, there's one person who didn't come out a winner," said Andrea. "Mr. Will." "Yeah," said Michael. "Whatever happened to Mr. Real, the real ding-dong guy?" Said Mr. Klutz as he stroked his chin. "Men always stroke their chin when they're thinking, even if they don't have a beard. Nobody knows why." "That's a good question," he said. "I honestly don't know what happened to Mr. Will." And then that's when the weirdest thing in the history of the world happened. We heard a sound. Well, that's not the weird part. We hear sounds all the time. The weird part was that the sound was coming from above and outside. It was a muffled sound, a muffled voice, like this, muffled. And the voice was saying, "Help! Help!" Mr. Klutz went to the window. "It's coming from the roof," he shouted. "Follow me." So we all ran out of his office and we climbed up the secret principal staircase that only principals are allowed to climb on. "Shh!" whispered Mr. Klutz when he got to the door that opened up to the roof. "Don't make a racket." Huh? Why would anybody want to make a racket at a time like this? Are there tennis courts up on the roof? Why is everybody always talking about tennis rackets? "Shh! Quiet, Arlo," said Andrea. Mr. Klutz opened the door to the roof with his secret principal key, and we stepped up into the roof. We were slinking up there like secret agents. It was cool. Nobody said anything. You could hear a pin drop. Well, that's it. If anybody had pins with them, who brings pins to school? That would be weird. But anyway, there was electricity in the air. Well, not really. If there was electricity in there, we would have all been electrocuted and that would hurt. But it was really exciting. You should have been there. Suddenly, we heard that muffled voice again. "Help!" We ran over to where the sound was coming from, and you'll never believe in a million years what we found on the roof. Mr. Will. Wow, everyone said, which is Mom upside down. Mr. Will was tied to a chair. His white ding-dong uniform was dirty, and his hair was all messed up, and he had ice cream dripping on his face, and there were popsicle sticks on the floor all around him. "Thank goodness you rescued me," he said. "What happened, Mr. Will?" Andrea asked as we were loosening the ropes around him. "It was horrible," Mr. Will said. "Dr. Carbles was mad at me for parking my truck outside the school every day and for playing the ding-dong jingle over and over again. So he and his goons brought me up here and they left me here." "And you've been here all week?" asked Mr. Klutz. "What did you eat?" "Ice cream," said Mr. Will. "I had nothing to eat but ice cream for a week." "Wait, what?" We all looked at Mr. Will. "You had nothing to eat all week except for ice cream?" I asked. "Yes," said Mr. Will. "And that's a bad thing?" asked Ryan. "Yeah, what's wrong with that?" asked Michael. "I'd give anything to eat ice cream all week," said Alexia. "That sounds like a perfect week to me," said Andrea. "I wish I was in your shoes," said Ryan. "Only a grown-up would complain about having to eat ice cream all week." And there's Mr. Will tied up with his ice cream. Wow, look at all those popsicle sticks. He ate what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 ice creams. "Grown-ups are weird. I could have died up here," Mr. Will shouted as we helped him to his feet. "Sheesh, what a whiner, if you ask me. Mr. Will, he needs to chill." Well, that's pretty much what happened. Maybe Mr. Will go back to his job driving the ding-dong truck. Maybe Dr. Carbles will get thrown in jail for kidnapping. Maybe they'll start making octopus-flavored ice cream. Maybe we'll start watching our P's and our Q's instead of the other letters. And maybe a fish tank will come rolling down the street. Maybe Mr. Will is going to shoot soft ice cream out of a hose on the ding-dong truck and spray Dr. Carbles tank with it. Maybe Ryan will start eating dried mush for lunch every day. And maybe it's true that ice cream, it does wake up your brain. Maybe people will stop talking about tennis rackets, and maybe elementary school will become a normal school someday. But it won't be easy. The end. Very good. Okay, boys and girls, that is the end to our Mr. Will Needs to Chill chapter book for the week. Now, let me give you your quiz number. I did not write it down, but I'm going to give it to you from right here. It says 198513, and it is a 3.5 level. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this week's chapter book. I will continue reading next week, boys and girls, so don't forget to keep watching my videos. Now, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I will be doing the chapter book, but also the lower level. I'll be doing the read out loud for the picture books. But every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I will be reading chapters from a chapter book. Okay, so thank you, boys and girls. I hope you have an amazing weekend. And yeah, be nice. Have a great day. Bye, boys and girls.